got the same problem as you, though. Now I gotta figure this out. Let's see. Oh. It's like covering my eyes. Fuck. All right.
This is your idea, pal.
Hey, fan, stop blowing the tablecloth. Oh,
Yeah.
but I can't. Hold on.
He's a fucking mess.
I gotta unplug my headphones to walk over there because it's in my thing. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Random Ramblings. I'm Jerome.
No, I'm Nick.
And I'm Thomas.
And, in this episode of Fargo that we're going to talk about this week, Lester sneaks out of the hospital wearing gauze around his face. So as I was watching it, I walked over to Nick and I was like, for the podcast, we should both just wrap our whole heads up and surprise Hess with it wrapped up. It's supposed to be a surprise, but you got to see it beforehand.
Barely.
Yeah. But, so we're going to be wrapped the entire podcast.
All right.
I didn't think about how I'm going to drink with this.
I actually wanted to wrap the entire head and then switch places with him.
We were going to swap bodies and see if he was going to dress like me and sit over here, and I was going to be over there. And I was going to be talking like Nick, like, I like to jam cock in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to go like this.
Giving it away.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Random Ramblings. I'm Jerome.
Yeah, we're going to be each other.
Yeah. Yeah, dollar store gauze wraps around one time, and it's like, all right, that's it.
That's all you get.
Yeah.
Although I do got to say, I think I did a better job than Nick did. Mine looks like I got a lot more on there.
If it's the same.
Like, if I robbed a liquor store like this, I don't think you'd recognize me normal. But for you, you would definitely tell who you are.
Well, I can tell who you are, fucker.
Nah, I'm unrecognizable.
I'm unrecognizable.
Yeah. That's why I had to say I'm Jerome in the beginning of the podcast. People didn't know who was sitting here. They had no idea. So did anything interesting happen in your week, Hess?
No.
He's like the most boring person ever.
Well, since nothing really happened, do you want to just go straight into Fargo?
We can. What did you guys think of this week's episode?
I thought it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it.
It was really, really good.
I was happy that one of the things I said last week wanted to happen.
Those guys fighting each other?
I missed Bob Lee Swagger. Billy Bob Thornton fought, what does Hess call him, Knuckles?
Yeah, Knuckles.
And he slit his throat.
Yeah, tricked him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
It actually was. It was kind of it was an interesting episode, like normal one, and then the last 10 minutes was cool.
Yeah, there was a lot of setup though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's episode 6. It's Beridian's Ass, I think is what it's called. This was the episode that they entered in and it won an Emmy for directing.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I would have never guessed that.
And as Hess always looks, it's IMDb rating this episode 9.4.
Oh wow.
9.4.
Yeah. I just happened to be on there looking at shit, so then I was like, oh yeah, and it's because it was so high, it kind of stuck out.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Did you guys think that a lot of the blizzard kind of looked bad?
Yeah,
to
but
me, it looked like you got flashbanged in Warzone. Couldn't see shit.
Yeah, it was for a lot of the blizzard stuff. I was like, I couldn't tell if they filmed if they had snow machines there like they do for Game of Thrones sometimes, or what. But some of it looked okay, and some of it kind of looked really bad to me.
Well, I've never been in a blizzard like that, so I was just like,
well, I think being in one and filming one, but having it on film would look completely different though too.
Yeah, but so I guess my point is that I don't know what it would look like, so I didn't think about that. Like, you know what I mean? I was okay with it.
I don't know what space looks like, but in Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm like, oh, this looks pretty good. But I watched that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. I didn't think it looked bad, I guess. That's what I'm saying.
It looked really weird in a lot of parts to me.
I didn't think it looked bad. I just thought it was super bright, on just from all the snow.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I just thought it was really bright. Really bright.
Yeah.
I did know when Billy Bob was he's squinting and it's almost like they wanted.
It was more towards when Knuckles was walking around, and the snow's falling with him and all that. I was like, oh, this doesn't look too great.
I don't know how the fuck he got away from that rear end of that car as they're lighting it up.
Yeah, no, that was kind of
casually
cartoony, Tom and Jerry type thing, and he's just gone and they get around the corner.
Yeah. Well, then the funny thing is it's not like they're stupid hitmen. They're good at their job.
But yeah, we've seen the whole season leading up that they're pretty good.
So, but he still.
But we all know, they're going against Bill Bob Thornton, not going to lose.
Yeah,
he's bad Santa for fuck's sake.
So
of course, Deaf Boy can't doesn't know anything,
Yeah, he's walking around looking for him.
I don't know. I wonder where he's at.
and he can't see either, so he's useless.
He's fucking hound.
Yeah, that's true.
He's
It's a
hound
bad
dog.
idea bringing him out there.
All right, it starts off with like it's basically a mob dinner in Fargo.
Yeah.
How fucking disgusting was that goddamn fish?
Well, and
Yeah,
that's
it was
the
real
first. They fry it up, and then he like sucked the head out. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
and I just thought of Hess. I was like, oh, he's gonna fucking hate that.
It was
And-
disgusting.
And don't get me wrong, I would never eat that or do any of that shit. But for some reason, I just pictured Hess going, "How fucking gross was that?" And then you literally said it.
That's
But
funny.
Yeah.
that's what I thought of.
Well, it opened with that, and I'm like, am I watching the right fucking show? I'm like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
that?
at first I thought it was an ad for something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, and then the funny thing is I was gonna ask you if you watched the right episode, but I guess we
I
already-
did. Beridian's asshole.
So that guy, the guy that gave the order to have Billy Bob killed, basically,
Hmm.
is from season 2.
Well, actually, he's from season 1. He's in season 2. That's a weird way to put it.
Yeah,
From
but you could have just agreed with me.
No, I'm just. It's sorry. It's just funny. I was pointing it out.
Well, because
What is BBT's name in the show?
Lauren Malvo.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is it. Okay,
Yeah. So the guy that's at the dinner that eats the fish, that character is in season 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna fuck up his name. What's his name?
Kichida, I think.
Yeah,
In Westworld?
In Westworld, that's who he plays. So I read the
Okay.
trivia. I don't know if it's just like that's just him,
Mhm.
and he got like the thing I read is like it's assumed he had some like some facelifts and some plastic surgery and shit.
Do they say that just because they had a completely different actor playing him in season 1, and then they liked him and they got him for 2, or was that already part of it in season 1?
I don't know. I was reading the trivia and it said him, and I was like, what? I didn't know it prior to watching it this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I think because I watched them so fast and I didn't look into anything. Like I just enjoyed the episode. I didn't look. Oh, was this connected? I didn't do any of that shit. I just watched them.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of this is like I was like, what? Okay. So then I did a little research to see what I was doing, and I thought it was that character, but I wasn't 100%. So I looked it up to make sure it was 100%. So it's connected to season 2 more than I thought it was.
That's
Season 1, whatever.
that makes sense. If they're gonna do any connections, they'd connect more. Like they just do like a little character here or there.
Yeah, but that's what I thought, though. So and he's got a pretty big role in season 2.
That's cool.
So after they have that little dinner, that Billy Bob lets Dennis or Don out of the pantry.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
The whole thing with Dennis made the cops in this
That
town
guy.
look
That
even more
poor
stupid.
guy.
yeah,
Jesus.
you do feel bad for him, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, plus it doesn't help.
Well,
that-
I was like sitting there thinking about it as he's sitting on the bike with a gun duct taped to his hand,
Yeah.
and it's like here they come, and I'm just going like, he's fucked. Like even if he fucking, he got the tape off. Obviously, it was already too late. But even
Yeah.
if he had the tape off, like he's got a gun pointed at, like they're obviously gonna light his ass up. I'm like,
They're like, he won't drop the gun. He won't drop the gun. I'm like, yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah. It was a little excessive.
Yeah, totally.
Like I was like, okay, he's clearly dead.
I mean, but that's cops, and he's
it was really cool the intricacies of how he set that shit up.
Yeah, that was because he's duct taping
yeah.
up there, and I was like, what's his plan? Like he just wants him to like shoot people, and they're like, hey, he's not going to shoot, and they walk in the door. Why would he?
Yeah.
And then he starts shooting out the window of the car. And I'm like, oh fuck.
I like so yeah. He gets them to come to that. I like how he had the tripwire to make the gun go one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked how he tried to shoot Billy Bob, and he's like, it would have been.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm honored. I would have been, disappointed if you didn't try.
Yeah, but I did feel bad for him.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
I liked it when he was like, Luke, I am your father. And then
You
he hits-
I know.
you brought that up last week, and then when I was editing, and I was like, oh, he's talking about the
fucking
next episode.
yeah. Well, yeah, because he said it a couple times, and then he just smacks it out of his fucking hand.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
He's like a ruthless whack job.
So then Molly goes to Gus.
Fucking forgot about her.
She's like the main character. Well,
Not-
kinda, not really.
Not anymore.
Well, and they go to the grocery store to check out like leads and shit, and that's their little thing for the whole episode, basically. I did like the fact that he was like, yeah, I didn't want to be a cop. I mean, he says that later.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to be a mailman.
That's such a weird job to aspire to do. Like, I want to be a mailman.
He just seems like he's just like a Midwest nice guy. You know what I mean? Like he just wants to live happily ever after in a little home and go to work every day and do his job.
Yeah.
Like when they're driving and he's like, two-faced. She's like, what's that? And he's like, that's what they call him. And he goes, that's the part that gets me. He just lies right to your face.
Wait, she's not the part that, he killed people? She's like, yeah, well, I guess that too.
Not the murders?
Yeah.
That was awesome. And he tells her that he thinks Billy Bob followed her home, which I thought, I was like, oh, well, he's not completely stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and then it goes to Lester, which is the whole reason we have this on. Lester in the hospital. His brother.
Which is funny. His whole thing, this episode, is actually completely pointless.
What do you mean?
Because everything else that was going on, like, the hitmans fight each other, the cops are outside, he shoots the other cop, even though she might not be dead. But, like, that's going to be a problem. Like, all this other stuff was going on that kind of, like, other than him hiding the murder weapon, I guess, he really didn't need to sneak out and do all this shit.
So what is he, framing his brother for it?
Yeah, I was wondering about that, if he's just hiding it there.
And then he puts the handgun in the kid's backpack. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Well, so like when his brother gets there, he's like, you got to give him something, and then like and then his brother basically disowns him.
Yeah.
So I think that almost like turned a switch on him.
A little bit.
And it just was like, fuck this guy.
It was kind of like also in Breaking Bad, which watching this, I was like, well, maybe they watched Breaking Bad a little too much. Like because Walt sneaks out. But he goes just to his house, and he's doing the money shit and all this other stuff. And then remember, he's hiding behind the doors as Skylar walks by and all that. Mm-hmm. It's just like he went to his brother's house, so was doing all that, walked downstairs where they were there, and the kid saw him and all that, and he just walked out. Like, it's very similar.
And the kid doesn't say anything?
That's like, a typical teenager. Don't you think? Like, it reminded me of Jackson. Like,
yeah,
he's like, sees him
what I also thought, too, is, like, is she going to believe this kid? Like, oh, yeah, Lester was here.
Well, he's been like that the whole season, where he's just like an asshole kid, kind of quiet kid, but like he doesn't know that he escaped from the hospital.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So he's got no reason to be like, hey, Lester's here, because he's living with them.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. So, but yeah, so he took the hammer out of the wall, almost had a heart attack when the dryer was not moved back.
Yeah, he was looking at that and he's like, oh boy, they're here.
Yeah. And then he grabbed some photos, and then he grabbed some panties.
Yeah, he got some panties.
Yeah, and I thought, as I was writing that down, I thought, wow, this show talks about panties a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And puts them all in his brother's gun rack.
Yeah.
So that can't be good.
Yeah, so is he gonna, like, end up telling the cops, like, his...
Yeah,
I guess you can't answer,
what I think.
But telling the cops that his brother killed her, or he suspects that he did, and then they're gonna go look and find all his shit?
Well, it kind of... seems like it.
Yeah.
Because then he also took a handgun out and put it in the kid's backpack.
So is he trying to frame the kid too?
That's what I didn't get the gun in the backpack part.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say too much. I'm just gonna say that like it's all like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
You know
well, I hope it'd be weird. He willy-nilly doing that.
No, but I mean, it all comes through.
Okay.
You kind of feel bad for the brother at some point. His brother's an ass. And his brother's like, even when he's being an ass to Lester, I'm like, dude, relax, which is funny because Lester's an asshole.
See, what's funny is, like, I don't care about Lester. I don't really care. It's like, I don't, it'll be interesting if I fought for his brother, because, like, right now, if Lester got caught and went to jail, I wouldn't care.
Right. I don't know. I don't know. It's not like I, like, live and die with Lester, but, I certainly don't like his brother, and I don't really know why.
His brother is a little annoying, but like I don't hate him.
He's an asshole to him, so I guess I don't know. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, we've kind of already talked about it. But after he knocks out Dennis, that's when he wakes up with the shotgun and duct tape to him, and that's when all that shit goes down. I mean, that's 3/4 of the way through the episode. I did like how Molly and Gus are like at that diner, and the cops go by, and they're like, "Oh, geez, what's that?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then it's like they're there, but they're not there, and they're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like connected but not connected, sort of a thing,
But those cops were going to the house where Dennis was being held, right?
Yeah.
And then they hear the shots from Knuckles and Chucklefuck or whatever.
Yeah, like
and then
after the fact.
and they go running out
Yeah.
there.
You think about that. So I mean, how many times is there a shootout in Duluth? And then there's 2 in one day.
Yeah,
In a blizzard.
That's true. Yeah. The blizzard feels like it'd be. I wonder like how much crime goes down during a blizzard. I bet a lot.
Yeah, if you can stand being outside. Jeez.
Well, I mean, I feel like if you're got this plan to do a crime, you'll get through it.
Yeah, probably.
But I wondered that after watching this. Like, I bet there's a lot of crimes that go down through blizzards.
You should move to Duluth and try to commit a crime in a blizzard.
I'll try robbing a bank during a blizzard. Obviously, now I can't. Now it's on the air.
Oh God!
A bank robbery happens in Duluth. They're gonna come looking for me now.
Just wear this. Like you said, you're
But
I'm unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Unrecognizable. No clue who you are. You could probably wear that to Walmart and get away with it as a mask.
That's true.
It is
I need
funny
to pour
how
a little bit over my mouth. That'd be good.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you put it over your mouth a little.
I feel like if we wore this a year ago, we'd be like, "Oh my god!" But now we're just like, "Meh, what do we got shit on our face?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't even matter.
It's like less actually because I can breathe. So Billy Bob's leaving. He's listening to the police scanner.
Mm-hmm. Not a pink one. Still.
No. So then he hears that they got him. So he turns it off, and then that's when Numbers and Wrench, or what do you call them?
Knuckles and Chucklefuck, I think.
Yeah, rear end him, and that's when their fight ensues.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
I was surprised because like last week you asked about that, and I was like, yeah, it'd be cool if they fought eventually. I thought they wouldn't even meet until the last episode, and I was like, oh wow, it's literally the next episode they hang out.
When that went down, I was expecting him to be BBT to be killed.
Oh, really? See, to me,
Yeah,
I was like, oh, it's Billy Bob Thornton. He's gonna win no matter what.
He was boxed in. I'm going. I mean, like, and then they get out with whatever their fucking MP7s or whatever the fuck those things were. Those were.
Well, it was actually. I'm pretty sure it was a UMP or a striker. I noticed, and I was like, oh, it's Nick's gun. Of course, he likes these guys.
That's funny.
It looked a lot like it.
Now that you mention it, it did look like a UMP. It makes it sound like we know guns. We just play.
We shoot all the goddamn time.
Well, yeah. So what I do like the fact that I didn't even talk about Stavro. In this meantime, they had called.
Which one's Stavro?
The grocery store owner.
Oh, okay.
To go drop off the money. He goes to the fucking parking lot and then changes his mind and then drives out to where Steve Buscemi dropped the money and drops it back.
Yeah.
I like how he told the kid, like, do you go to church? He's like, open the goddamn gate. Your Lord demands it. Or
and then the kid opens it.
I was surprised the kid opened it. Like, okay.
I'd have been like, give me $3, fucker.
Is it that easy to get through this? Just be like, God said I can go through.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should try it next time.
So, I also like, I do not know how Billy Bob got out of the front of the car.
It's just like how he left the basement. He's like a fucking magician.
Yeah.
He's David Blaine.
Now, they do have they can't see too far ahead of him. I don't know what the visibility was, but it wasn't very good.
Maybe he dug a hole in the ground and snuck up behind him.
I was like,
you would have thought he would have got shot or hit by at least one fucking bullet. I mean, they were dumping.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't. I don't know. Yeah. But I liked how he cut his hand.
Yeah.
To do like a fake blood trail?
Yeah, and then walked to the thing and then surprised him and killed him.
When he jumped out, you know what I thought of?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's exactly what I thought.
Did you?
Yes.
I could see Hess at home.
Yeah. Surprise, motherfucker! And then his neighbors are banging on the wall again.
Hey, knock it off.
The funny thing is I actually watched this shit at like 1:30 in the morning. I went to bed early, and then I woke up at like 1:30, and for whatever reason,
you're like, I'm gonna watch Fargo.
Wide the fuck awake, and I'm just like, well, I guess I'll just watch it now.
That's funny.
What day was this?
Huh?
What day?
This morning.
Oh my lord! Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, because we were gonna start it at halftime because I didn't really give a shit about it. I mean, it was a good game, but I was just like, I don't really care. I was like, I'm gonna go and I'll just lay in bed and watch it. And then I went and laid down, and I was like, I'm fucking tired. Like, I'm just gonna go to bed. And I'll just watch it at work tomorrow. And so then, like I said, I woke up at like 1:30. Could not fucking fall back asleep.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's crazy. You should text Jerome. He was up.
Yeah, maybe next time I will. Hey, you want to watch with me? I'm laying here naked in bed.
Oh, me too. We'll do a little watch party.
See, don't wreck it.
If we could both be in our panties.
It's not on Disney Plus.
I don't think that,
We could have FaceTimed audio each other.
that's true.
Gross.
We fart at the same time.
No, farting wasn't what I was worried about.
Well, there's no physical touching because we're fucking 35 miles apart.
I'll be like, Hess, touch your balls, pretend it's me.
We're so we'd be socially distanced.
Yeah.
Being socially gross.
Mhm.
Fuck. You threw me off with you guys masturbating. So you said you thought Billy Bob was gonna die?
I did. I thought I was like, oh, they're gonna kill him because, I mean, they had him dead to rights.
So then I guess you're. Well, yeah. Although
His gun falls on the fucking floor. He rear ends the guy, and then Deaf Boy rear ends him. So I'm like, they've got him. He's fucking pancaked in. This is it. This is the end of BBT.
Well, I mean, yeah. It's hard to kill a good hitman, though.
And then he just
Hopefully.
escapes.
Maybe he jumped on some reindeer and fucking flew away.
Oh my
'Cause
God, he's Santa Claus.
Yeah.
He is bad Santa. That would
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Oh.
He could see perfect in blizzards too, I bet.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
his nose
that's
is
it.
lit
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Maybe he had Rudolph out there helping him.
Oh, fuck.
You know?
Donner and Blitzen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Playing all those reindeer games.
Fuckers.
Fuck that.
So I guess then you're not. So if you thought he's gonna die, you were probably surprised that your boy Knuckles died. Then, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with him dying because his hair, how big his hair was, really annoyed the fucking shit out of me.
You really
Like,
can't talk about big hair, right?
Huh? No, I really did. Like,
That's
just
such a
bothered-
weird reason to want someone dead.
Yeah.
No, I didn't want him dead, but it just bothered me. Like, his hair was so big. Like, it was like an 80s style fucking hairstyle. He reminds me of fucking Silvio from fucking Sopranos.
His hair's pretty big. I like that guy. I thought he was funny.
Yeah, I liked him a lot.
I didn't dislike him, but it just, his hair was just like, Jesus Christ.
So
fucking-
when you slice someone's throat, like he did, because he was holding his head back and all that.
Yeah.
Do you hold the head back so that they can't like hold it and try to close the wound?
It doesn't matter. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't
No,
think
I thi-
that's gonna matter.
No, I think it does. I think or like hold it so
Well,
it,
I
think
so
it's
it
just so
sprays
it's
more. Sprays more.
I think it's just so it's a clean cut, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he kept holding it back like for a bit after he was
I think that's
spewing
just-
blood and then set it down.
Well, yeah, I mean, think about it. If you want that skin tight, because if it's tight, it's gonna cut clean.
And I think he just it's.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm
for
talking
the
about.
camera.
I'm not talking about the cutting part. I'm after the cut. Do you hold it to make sure like it spews out and he's dying, or because I feel like if you just threw him down, he could potentially. I mean, I think he'd probably die anyways.
Yeah.
He'd definitely.
I think
put it
that's
out.
just for the movie
The show.
show.
Okay.
Yeah, because he turned him into a South Park character by bending his head back like
They
that.
turn him into a Canadian.
He's like,
Yeah.
oh, you're Canadian now. What's that about?
Speaking, did you watch the YMH stream?
I did
I
not.
meant to ask. We watched it.
We
Saturday
complete.
night.
It was like right when it was over. We went on Twitter and we were like, oh, forgot that was on.
Yeah,
I heard it was really disgusting from things I've seen on Twitter.
that was pretty bad. But
I
I-
saw a clip of I think it was the last clip of a guy rubbing poop all over his face and eating it.
Yeah.
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 It looked awful.
That sounds entertaining.
he started off by pooping. Then he took a dildo and shoved it up his ass.
Oh, wow.
Th-
This guy's
then
got
he-
tricks.
Then he took the dildo and was deep throating it. And then he picked up his poop and started eating it and rubbing it all over his face and body. It was quite the finale.
Wow. When are you
Well,
going to...
you know who their final guest was?
Was it
Rob
the
Eiler.
kid... Wait, what was the name?
Rob Eiler.
Is that the guy from The Sopranos?
Nick should know Rob Eiler.
Yeah, isn't that the kid?
AJ, yeah.
Yeah.
He's been on their podcast. I saw a clip that he was going to be in it, and I was like, oh, he really likes them. He's on their podcast before. He watches like every episode.
Oh, really? I've never actually heard someone call him anything but AJ.
Yeah, once he said that, I was like, I think that's the kid, but I'm not
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted Nick to go. 'Cause
Uh,
I knew you would know his name.
I bet you he's not a fan of The Ringer. They had like worst kids of TV series, and he was like number one.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's funny.
like worst kid actors, or I don't forget what that thing was, but he was up there.
Hmm.
So what did you think about it raining fish on the guys? and
That was
making it-
that was
have-
confusing as fuck.
So confused.
So I looked it up. Okay. I'm currently watching season 4 of Fargo every Sunday, and something weird happened a couple episodes ago. And in
Is that an act of God?
sort of, not really. But then in season 2, there's something weird that happens. I had mentioned it. Jerome said I had talked about it before. So, and that was just like out of left field, weird. Just, and I read that like the guy that writes this just likes to do stuff like that. But then I
So
also
it's literally just like a calling card.
no, not really. So then
No? Okay.
I read that in a radio report on like either someone's listening to the radio on in a car or it's on TV or something, they explain what happens next episode.
I would assume it'd be some kind of plane incident or something.
They said something about the weather. It like swoops up.
Oh, so like actually made the fish fly.
Yeah, and then landed
Oh.
on them and made them crash. They said
Froze them.
They said they explained it next episode. I do not remember it the first time watching it.
Well, especially if it's just a radio thing, they might be talking.
Yeah.
Was that his kid in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both- they're
the
both
kid and
gone.
kid and security guard dead.
Yeah.
So I was like, good riddance. I don't really care about those two.
And then now that guy, he's like, I gave him my money back. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're a fucking moron.
So is he gonna go back there now and try to unbury it? And
I mean, I would. I
Yeah.
mean, you already lost your kid. You might as well have some money.
well, I was thinking like to maybe give it to the actually give it to Billy Bob Thornton or who he thinks God is,
No.
since he made God mad.
I actually don't remember what the
That-
hell he does.
That guy he's lived such a confusing life because like everything does work out
He probably has
perfectly with shit like that to make him think God is real, but it's all so little, like such
Yeah.
big coincidences.
Yeah. Well, and Billy Bob was fucking with him. Most of them. This wasn't Billy Bob.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Is random. Like Billy Bob had nothing to do with him
It would
finding
have
the
been
money.
cool if they would have
That
just
happens.
like showed like an airplane flying overhead, and he's just like, all right, now, and it fucking fish fly.
He
out.
did somehow. He got away from the blizzard with knuckles
Yeah.
and got on a plane and did that.
Yeah. He's like flying
The,
himself.
The weird thing that I was thinking about while I was watching was how little BBT talks. Like, he does not talk a lot.
Yeah, he's a silent assassin.
Yeah. I mean, a little. Like it
I
depends.
mean, he talks, but like
He's usually by
he doesn't
himself
really
though.
Yeah.
that's
He's
true.
definitely not Jerome. Like he's not like I'm going to my thing to get some panties.
He should though.
I mean,
Maybe he's a head talker.
Maybe.
But I really like this episode.
I did too. I think it's probably the best episode yet.
I think episode 1 was better, but I really, this is easily number 2. Those are really good.
Episode 1 was really good too because episode 1 was the one I was like, oh fuck, I'm watching the rest of this.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But I did like this. So I guess we should talk about. So Gus shoots Molly.
Yeah, I don't think she's dead.
The funny thing is rewatching it, she's like,
She's kind of a fucking maniac.
Yeah. So was she shooting at? I can't think of his name, but the deaf guy then, or
yeah, I
something?
believe so.
Because like she was shooting and then she walks over and what was it? He goes, "Oh, boom!" and shoots right away. He's like, "Fucking you!" And we were playing like what's that cop game?
Eleanor?
Eleanor. Like
Yeah.
freeze, and then shoot the guy. Like give him a second to do
Yeah,
something.
You get the same amount of points.
He's a big pussy though. I mean,
Yeah.
No, he
Yeah.
is. He is.
But like the second
He was
the
scared-
second they were separated, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna shoot her."
Well, it's funny. I don't remember if I thought that the first time. Obviously, I knew when I was watching it now he was going to shoot her. So I
Mhm.
was more watching his like facial expressions and stuff when he's like, "Oh, I think he's dead," and like she's already gone.
Yeah.
I also had the subtitles on, so like it says Molly walks away
Oh, so you're like, "Oh, okay."
because you could hear it. You know what I mean? And I was like, "Oh," and then his face, like he was, like you said, he's a pussy. He
Yeah,
was scared.
He was scared. Yeah.
And then he shoots her. So, I'm not gonna say she lives or dies. You can make that own decision.
When you watched it originally, did you think she was dead?
I didn't know. I immediately watched the next episode, and I'm pretty sure I immediately got my answer.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying, it probably opens with that, or
Yeah.
pretty close to it.
Yeah, and so
Is the storm over, or are we still rolling with that?
I don't remember. I just remembered that the storm brought on this stuff because I knew.
Because I would hope that if it's like a 100-year storm, it's still going on.
Well, I guess it just depends on what's happening around.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of a time jump in this season. Not like much, but a little bit. I think.
There already was for Hess.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, it's 2 time jumps. It's weird."
I'm going back now.
But then the episode ends with Lester going back to the hospital. I actually forgot that he snuck back into the hospital.
Oh, really?
Which, I mean, it makes sense because I know what happens. But, like, you know how you watch stuff and you're like I said, I crammed these in really fast. And you just kind of forget, like, little things. And I was like, he got back. I was like, oh, I kind of forgot he went right back in. But that makes sense. So now they don't know he left because,
Yeah.
what's his name's brother's outside watching.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that's King of Queens' brother?
I did not.
I did not know that either.
Oh.
I was looking him up. I was like, I've seen this guy in shit before. And I look him up, and I was like, why is he in every movie that this guy's? He's in Paul Blart. And he's
Oh, that's funny.
and I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
That's
Yeah. So that was the end of the episode.
it was interesting. The fish thing was really confusing at the end, and I was like, "What?" And then they cut literally to the sky. So I'm like, "Oh, was it God? Like, what the fuck?" But
Yeah.
a lot of things make sense. But yeah, I was surprised that all the shit like this happens in episode 6. Like this seems more like episode like 8 or 9 type episode.
Oh, you have no idea what's coming.
Yeah. Well, I told Jerome I pulled it up on Hulu, and I went to look at it. Pulled up like it pulled up this episode, and they had the next 2 episodes. So the next episode had 2 actors that are very famous on there, and I was like, oh, yeah, they're in this season. I totally forgot. I was like, cool. So apparently they're in the next episode.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I mean, potentially, I don't know who they are. I could hate the actors.
I doubt it.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll end up watching this episode again because Abby didn't watch it with me.
It's a good episode to watch twice, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh, I saw this. Someone was like, House of Hess is online. And then I looked to see what you're playing, and I was like, I hope that's his kids.
That's funny.
Wasn't that, yeah, it's not me, it's Abby.
That's so funny. Yeah, I'm hoping that you guys like it, because since it was me that picked it, so it sounds like you do, so that makes me feel good.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
The guy that directed an episode of Better Call Saul and like 4 episodes of Breaking Bad.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and like a million other shows too, but I did notice those.
That's interesting.
I don't remember the guy's name, but
Hello, people. It's Pleeka's Picks.
I did not expect that.
Well. Week 11 has came and gone. Me and Jerome went 6 and 7. Nick went 8 and 5. Moving on to week 12.
So has Nick won 2 weeks in a row?
3, I think.
I think 2 weeks in a row, but 3 out of the last 4.
That's crazy.
But
Yeah.
I could lose tonight. I picked the Rams. You guys picked the.
And we have Thanksgiving Day. We have 3 games on Thanksgiving. Jerome, are you going to watch any of these games?
Probably not. Probably not a chance.
That's a little disappointing, but hey, what are you doing Pleeka's Picks for, you know?
If they're on the TV and he's out there, maybe I'll see a couple seconds of it, but that's about it.
It depends what time I wake up.
Yeah.
Remember, I have to go to work at midnight.
Yeah.
First game, I have to open my yard and work like 4 or 5 hours on Thanksgiving.
Oh, I thought you said it was a day off.
It was, but my boss is off this week, and he called me today, and he was like, "Hey, you mind opening up and working like 4 or 5 hours on Thanksgiving?" I'm like, "Sure, I guess." First game, we have the Houston Texans at the Detroit Lions.
Ooh, they both suck balls, it looks like. I'm going to pick the Texans, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Texans also.
I'm going to pick them as well. All right, second game, Washington football team at the Dallas Cowboys. Both teams are 3 and 7.
Yeah.
Tied for second place of the shittiest division in football.
I'll do the Cowboys because, like I said, the Washington football team has a lame name.
It is a lame name, and I'm gonna take that lame name.
Wow, what a loser.
I hate the Cowboys.
I hate the Cowboys as well, but I'm going to take the boys. Baltimore Ravens at Pittsburgh Steelers. This game might be in jeopardy because 2 players for Baltimore tested positive this afternoon for COVID-19.
It sounds like they need to forfeit.
I don't think it's gonna be in jeopardy.
I'm going to do the Steelers because they are currently 10-0. Only getting better, you know. Named after Jerome Bettis. I said that all the time, and it seems to be working.
It's definitely working.
Maybe I should have done the Buffalo Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers to the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna also do the Steelers because they're 10-0 and Drum's named after Drum Bettis.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to pick the fucking Steelers. I think this is the first fucking time I'm picking them. If these
You picked
cocksuckers
them
lose,
last week.
I'm not.
No.
Did I pick?
He said
Yes,
it.
I did.
He
Yes,
said it
I
last
did.
week.
Yeah.
He did.
Because they were playing Jacksonville. I mean, how
Yeah.
can you not? right, but I'm gonna pick them, and if they lose to this team, Baltimore.
Baltimore looks like ass, so I doubt it.
Yeah, I know. Miami at New York Jets.
Oh boy. Well, the Jets are the exact opposite of the Steelers.
Basically.
I'm gonna do the Dolphins.
That's not too bad of a stretch there. I think I'll take the Dolphins also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took them as well. Dolphinos.
They look like
Even
shit
though they just
yesterday.
lost to the goddamn fucking dipshit McGee's, Denver Donkeys.
Denver Donkeys.
Yeah. Arizona Cardinals at New England Patriots.
I'll do the Cardinals because they're our team.
What's the weather like there? Can you ask?
Frightful. And
Yeah, no, I was
delightful.
wondering that myself.
I'll take the Cardinals, but I don't know. I'm not 100% on that. They're scaring me.
I'm gonna take the Cardinals as well. Panthers at Vikings.
I'll do the Vikings.
I'll do Carolina just to be different.
He's
I'm gonna take
different. Yeah,
Panthers.
he's different. Pull up to the scene with his penis missing.
Really?
Anyways, Cleveland Browns visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Wow, it's pretty easy picks this week. Browns, because what the fuck are the Jaguars doing?
Not winning.
Yeah.
I'll take the Browns too, even though they fucking suck.
I'm gonna pick them as 3. Titans at Colts.
To the Titans. They just put out a new picture of Starfire suit for season 3.
Who won their last meeting?
Colts.
I'll take the Titans.
It was in Tennessee as well.
Tennessee.
I'm gonna pick the Colts. That game was on local, so I did get to watch
Yeah,
Packers Colts. Yeah.
I watched it on local. I watched the first half.
Yeah. No, you meant the second half. It was fucking penalty festival. The Giants at the Burrowless Bengals.
I'm gonna do the Giants because if I am aware of it, I refuse to choose a team that ties.
I
If
got
you're-
you.
If you're aware of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Giants too because I feel like the Bengals are gonna be hurting.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Gigantes as well. Hey, the Chargers at the Buffalo Bills.
Obviously, Buffalo Bills because
Buffalo
they're
Bill?
going to the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna be doing the Buffalo Bill on Twitter.
They didn't play last week, right? They had a bye.
No, yeah, they were on bye.
I missed Jerome talking about Twitter and all that shit.
I didn't even
Yeah.
notice.
Yeah, I'll take Buffalo.
Yeah, I took them as well. Justin Herbert looks legit so far, though. Las Vegas Raiders at the Atlanta Falcons.
Do the Raiders for Ice Cube.
What's that? Yeah, I'll do the Raiders too.
Me 3. Raiders, all the way around. Wish I could fucking write it faster. San Francisco 49ers at the L.A. Rams.
I'll do the Rams for my pappy.
I'll do the Rams for my pappy.
Shout out to you, Paps.
Fuck me.
Sure.
I'll just take the 49ers to be different. That's.
All right, loser.
I feel like we've agreed on a lot of games so far.
Yeah, well, it's been pretty easy. It's like this
Yeah.
team that's won every game they've
Yeah.
played, or this team that hasn't won anything.
Saints at Broncos.
Saints.
Weather might be involved.
Weather might
I bet
be
weather is
frightful.
involved. I'll take the Saints.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Saints Row as well. Kansas City Chiefs at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is not the Sunday night game. Holy dicks.
Holy dicks.
Hard me, matey. I'll pick the Buccaneers.
I'll take the Chiefs.
Pull up in their boats and kill you with the sword.
Hopefully this will be their
Yeah.
second loss in a row.
I'm gonna pick the Chiefs as well.
I'm gonna pick
He's
the
gonna
Chiefs
pick
as
the
well.
Chiefs as well.
Sunday night game, you got the Chicago Bears visiting the Green Bay Fudge Packers.
I'll pick the Packers, don't you know?
I'll take the Packers also.
Don't you know?
I'm gonna take the Packers as well. And then the Monday night game, you have the Seattle Seahawks traveling east across the country to play the first place Philadelphia Eagles.
Bird versus Bird. I'm picking Seahawks.
No, I'm taking the Seahawks too. The fucking Eagles suck.
Me fucking 3. I hope they lose though.
Did you see that fucking screen pass that Wentz threw?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
That he floated like 30 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Shit was nuts.
The guy's just garbage.
He's a
Yeah,
garbanzo bean.
I meant to tell you when you asked me if anything's going on this week.
I'll cut this in the beginning.
Oh
I started voice acting.
Like, what's your first gig?
I don't have any gigs yet, but I've been doing it. Yeah, Nick sent me a tweet from Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the guy, he was like, "Oh, whatever, do some voice acting." It gave me a link, and then I downloaded the app, and I've just been putting my voice out there. You never know.
Wow. So I could see your voice in a cartoon or something coming up.
Hopefully.
It's that. What's that? He has that app.
The hit record or
hit-
something.
Yeah. So
Hit record. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
we
there's
should
all
try to
kinds of
secretly
different
get
stuff.
some of Hess's voices out of there and make him do some voice acting for us.
man,
Well, you'll never know. You'll never
Pleeka's
guess
big.
my username.
It's-
So.
I got big balls 6969.
It said to use a fun and unique name.
I love testicles 69.
Pussy Slayer 3434.
Wow.
Is that on it?
It's Dainty Little Hess 69.
Wow.
No, that's not.
Oh,
it.
okay.
Just picture him in a dress
I know.
with no
It's
panties.
him as what was it? What was his name? Carol Ann or something? No,
Whitney.
Yeah.
Whitney.
And he kept not going to the light.
As I said that, I was like, "Wait a minute, that's the girl from Poltergeist." Carol Ann, don't go to the light.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So I don't know,
interesting.
maybe even if it doesn't, I mean, it's still kind of fun, like just to fuck around, because it like tells you what to do. Like it says, like read the following sentence. Fucking Jesus.
Read the following
read-
sentence, and he's like, "Fucking Jesus."
Here I am,
like
fucking
it'll
Jesus.
say like sarcastically or like whatever. Like it
You,
just it's
you should
pretty
do one
cool.
for us right now.
I can't do one. for
Open
you.
the app, and just give it a try.
It's on my phone.
Okay. I think next podcast we should open up with you doing some voice acting. So
Okay.
you prepare a scene, you keep doing it, practice it.
They're literally like one sentences.
That's
like they're
fine.
just one. Yeah,
That's all we need.
Billy Bob Thornton says one sentence an episode, and he's great.
this is true.
So
this is
I think
true.
you should prepare a voice acting thing for
All right,
next
I'll
podcast.
download it on my other phone, and I'll do some next time around.
All right, I think that'll be fun. Should we all do one, and we'll see who does it better?
And we can if you want to.
That'll be the next.
Can't,
opening
will we
of
be
the show.
able to do the same one? Because that'd be kind of interesting.
Oh, we could try.
Yeah, well, even if you guys don't download it, you can read. I can like send
Oh,
you
that's
what I'm
true.
Oh, that's
what I'm
true.
gonna read and stuff.
Yeah.
No, we have
But
to
I mean-
You
download
have to
it.
download the app and find it.
Yeah.
I said
It
she's
is-
coming.
It is very confusing.
I
God,
feel,
like,
I feel like Jerome's going to be a pirate no matter what he does.
Oh, I should be.
They're like, say it in a funny voice. Oh, hard, matey.
Oh, I'm coming.
lick my ass there, she says.
Well, there she blows.
All right, you guys ready
Yeah.
to wrap up this podcast?
Sure.
I think so, Chief. I think so.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, subscribe. Be ready for next week. We'll all do voice acting. It'll be a fun little experience. Comment down below your thoughts on this episode of Fargo, and if you think this should be our new look for the rest of our lives.
Hopefully
so
not, 'cause
I can
taking this
put
shit
that
off.
in my Twitter bio now, right? Voice actor.
Yeah, you're a voice actor now.
Yeah. And masturbator. You
Yeah.
can put that in too.
Sure, if you want to. I mean, I guess.
Poop eater. Whatever you want, actually.
All right,
No one checks that shit.
see everybody later.
Peace.